Good night. I just want to implore to the motorists coming from Portmore going on to Hagley Park Road. At the stoplight, after exiting the toll, there are 4 little boys sitting on the sidewalk there, right underneath the stoplight. They tried to rob me about 10 minutes ago. One of them walked across the car when the stoplight was on red, and I've noticed him walked across the car, and then the other one walked across the car following him. And then when he approached the side of my car, he opened the door. He was looking through the glass, and he saw my bag on the passenger seat right here. He opened the door and grabbed my bag, but I managed to hold on to my bag, and he was holding on to the strap of my bag. And when he realized that he didn't get the bag and I'm holding on to the bag, and there was another motorist alongside me to my right, he was trying to stop him also. That person, thank you so much. That person driving the black BMW, thank you. And I just want to let you all know, especially the females, please be vigilant. Please look out, because these little boys will hurt you. They will rob you and try to hurt you. So be careful out there, guys.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what Gwan, a blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off with some updates where the Kingston Western Police have charged the alleged gang leader for the Bentley Lane gang based in Rosetown, Kingston. Bentley Lane runs off Maxfield Avenue. So basically, if you take Maxfield Avenue coming from Spanish Town Road, Bentley Lane would be on your right hand side going up. So the criminal element in question is this old dirty kind boy, presently on your screen identified as 37-year-old Navado Lyons, otherwise known as Gwan or Bad in the streets. He's off a Bentley Lane address in Kingston 13. Navado Lyons was charged under the Anti-Gang Act with being the leader of a criminal organization and participating in a criminal organization. So the criminal Gwan Bad never feel for continue Gwan Bad and turning himself when him ears to the likes of Officer Yeman Pick and team how to go get him. He surrendered to the police last week during a manhunt to nab members of the criminal gang who have been wreaking havoc in the Rosetown space for quite some time. Now, several members of the gang have been charged over the past week in connection with a surge of fatal knockings and clappings and shootings in Rosetown. Now, according to the Kingston Western Police, between November 2020 and August of 2024, that's this year, the criminal element known as Gwambad exercised control over the Bentley Lane gang as its leader and had total control over the Bentley Lane community. The police stated that during that period, Gwambad decides who lives where in the community, using his authority to relocate residents based on their loyalty to the gang and their utility to his operation. He was accused of using threats of violence to instill fear and ensure the compliance of its citizens. Now, according to the police, the accused often ordered the gang members to beat or discipline people who violated the gang rules in the community. In addition to his role as the leader, the accused, along with Kiwani Howell, otherwise known as Roy, and Najee Wright, otherwise known as Madhead, were directly involved in the fatal knockings and clappings of a man identified as Charles Davis and Maurice Williams, who were taken out in a hail of bullets on the 22nd of October last year along Dove Street in Rosetown. The incident is said to be a reprisal of a fatal knockings and clappings of a member of the Bentley Lane gang. Yeah, man. So another decent spot of work again by the squad them. Now another update, my peeps, as it relates to the fatal knockings and clappings of this man presently on your screen identified as Michael Duncan, the man whose life was taken along Studio One Boulevard on the 5th of August 2024. Now the police have made a breakthrough and a teenager has been slapped with multiple charges following the fatal knockings and clappings of this man. Now charged with his loss of life is a 19-year-old identified as Jamar James, said to be from the troubled, crime-riddled, war-torn Merville Road in the Kingston Western Police Division. Now the Half a Tree Police report that sometime around 4 p.m. on August 5th, Michael Duncan and several others was standing along Studio One Boulevard when the criminal element 19-year-old Jamar James, armed with a firearm, walked up and opened gunfire at them. It is said that Jamar James then fled the scene where Duncan, that's the now deceased Michael Duncan, was left for dead. The police were called and upon their arrival, James was seen running along Lincoln Avenue. The police instructed him to stop, but James reportedly challenged the lawmen who took evasive action. When the knockings and clappings subsided, he was found suffering from some corner wounds. He was assisted to the hospital where he was treated and admitted under police guard. Jamar James was charged on Sunday, August 25th with the fatal knockings and clappings of the now deceased man. He was also charged with possession of prohibited weapon, malicious destruction of property, and 3 counts of wounding with intent. Yeah, man. Now over there in the St. Andrews South Police Division, 5 men have been brought into police custody for questioning after a .45 pistol was found hidden in a White Sox during a targeted raid in Olympic Gardens on Sunday. Reports from the police is that detectives attached to the St. Andrews South Police, acting on information, carried out an operation in the Mckenzie Crescent area where a house was searched. During the search, the firearm was reportedly found in a hard boot wrapped in a white sock. The men who occupied the room, along with 4 other men who were on the premises at the time, was taken into custody. So right there and then, them have to go talk who really own the strap them. And within hours after that, gunshots rang out in the Waterhouse community, where 2 men end up lose them 3 points just hours apart. They have since been identified as Sean and Brady. There is an ongoing gang war in the Waterhouse community for quite some time, claiming the life of many. So right now, my peeps, the knockings and clappings continues. Yeah, man. Now, another decent spot of work by the St. Catherine North Police Division, where a teenager boy is among 3 arrested for an illegal possession of firearm in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Now, the Spanish Town police have arrested 3 people, including a 16-year-old, in connection with the seizure of an illegal gun along the Spanish The 3 criminal elements arrested are said to be from corporate era addresses. The police states that sometime around 1 a.m., a team carried out an intelligence-driven operation in the vicinity of Food for the Poor when a Nissan Tiana with 3 men aboard was signaled to stop and the driver complied. The vehicle was taken to the Spanish Town police station where a search was conducted, during which a 9mm pistol affixed with a magazine containing 17 live 9mm rounds was allegedly discovered. The 3 men were arrested on suspicion of possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The investigation continues. And still in the St. Catherine North Police Division, that police division has been rocked with yet again another fatal knockings and clappings. Now the man in question who was on the receiving end of those fatal bullets is this brother here presently on your screen, identified as Skilly. It is said that Skilly's life was taken in the Greendale community in Spanish Town. Now, information surrounding his fatal knockings and clappings is not yet clear, as it is fresh on the ground. So on the Spot News Media will most definitely be keeping tabs on this one and update you in subsequent newscast. Now all the way over there in Western Jamaica, in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. James Police Division, this criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as Joseph O'Brien Mckenzie, but more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Gio, labeled as St. James Most Wanted, said to be from 2nd Avenue and also flankers in St. James. Now, this criminal element here was caught by the police in a security dragnet on Sunday the 25th of August 2024, sometime around 9 a.m. Now, information suggested by the police that on the aforementioned day, date and time, the St. James Police conducted an operation in search of a wanted man known to them as Gio. Yeah man, the same criminal element, Joseph Mckenzie. They went to the Harvey Beach area in Coral Gardens in St. James. So upon their arrival, they proceeded to the rear of the premises where they saw the criminal element with a knapsack bag in his hand. It is said that the man looked in the direction of the police and ran onto a nearby board structure. The police gave chase and accosted the criminal element, who threw the knapsack bag in a board dwelling structure. The said dwelling structure was searched in the presence of the criminal element, where a knapsack bag was seen on a bed, and the knapsack bag was searched, and lo and behold, a black Glock pistol was found. Yeah man, me just sorry say, I never officer Yeman pick come for your jail, because dirt settings would have been the order of the day, and deservingly so. Now we are going to hear from the superintendent in charge of the St. James Police Division, Aaron Samuels, as he weighs in on this decent spot of work by the squad of them, among other things that has been happening under his watch in the St. James Police Division. Listen.
The St. James Police has continued its assault on criminal elements within the division with our storm operation. This morning we conducted a major operation in the Granville Police Space, Upper Garden Crescent to be exact, where these 2 rifles were found. The rifles were found along with the rifles 22 5.56 round, which includes 19 what they call tracer rounds, which helps the shooter to be more accurate and see where the projectile is headed. This is a major success for the St. James Division, bringing to 72 the number of weapons seized since the start of the year. We have seized 10 rifles out of these 72, with our last 6 weapons being seized over the last 2 weeks. Yesterday, we were able to seize another weapon, which is a Glock pistol, when we also arrested St. James' most wanted, Mr. Joseph Mckenzie, OC Jail, who was wanted for numerous murders and shootings across the division. We are very happy with the successes of the division. The men and women of the division are working very hard to ensure the safety and security of persons within the division. And our operations officer, he's leading the charge for Operation Storm, along with our men and women, and we are reaping some real successes. Since the start of the year, we have 43 less murders, which is a 33% reduction in murders since the start of the year. We intend to continue our assault, and we want to ensure that we rid the streets of as many weapons as we can and put behind bars as many wanted persons and persons of interest.
This weapon is a Smith & Wesson AR-15 rifle. We are used to the Colt M16 rifle. This is a different type that we're used to, and it's a brand new weapon. And these ammunition increases accuracy from the shooter standpoint. So we are dealing with some dangerous people, but we have news for them. We promise that we'll be storming with a lot of operational activities, and it's ongoing. And they have realized by now that we are very serious, and it was now 9-day wonder. We have several tools in our toolbox, and we have strategies for days, and we get better each time as we go along with these, taking the fight to criminals. So we want to assure the citizens of St. James that they are in good hands, and we will continue our pursuit, targeting all gangs and every community in the St. James parish until it's far much safer than it is now.
We are asking all wanted persons and persons of interest to turn yourselves in. Yesterday, Mr. Joseph Mckenzie, he went the right way and he surrendered to the police. And we are happy to say that with that, we will see the flanker area and other areas across the division having some peace with him off the streets. It is our intention to ensure that we get all criminal elements off the street, but it's easier when they surrender to the police. So we are asking you to turn yourselves in when you're listed as a person of interest or wanted, as we have a listing of wanted persons here. And you can see some persons are already in custody and some we will continue to pursue. So we intend to ensure that we bring peace and security to the citizens of St. James.
Now the last thing that we are going to talk about, many may see this as a joke, and it is indeed laughable somewhat, but serious nonetheless. Now them 3 one papia was recovered by the police during a knockings and clappings incident in Dunbar's River in Savannah Lamar in the parish of Westmoreland last week, Thursday. Also recovered from the scene is 15 9mm cartridges. Those were seized in a magazine. Well, that simply means a 9mm pistol is somewhere around that area. Because I'm pretty sure that these one pop is not magazine fed unless them have the magazine for hold the rounds them. For when time them want it for use, them just should be in one and pop it one time. Me never know so them type of strap here still are used in the streets. Now to the criminal elements in Dunbar's River in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. No need for low badness and go look at work. Obviously, the badness thing nah go work out for you. We just sorry say the police never slap on away quick and fast and just call it fish tea. Because this in itself I show you say, listen me, leave badness alone. Now we're glad say the police them nip it in the bud from early out, and I just hope that the criminal elements who had these firearms take a different turn and change them life. Even though we know say that is just words being said to deaf ears. They might go elevate them thing and reinvent themselves and come back again stronger. But I just hope that Officer Yeman Pick and team will be right there in time to slaughter them. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.